Kelly here? I'm gonna skip right to Andrew. Andrew, is Andrew here? What you got in the mortgage side? And do you work alongside? Oh, the insurance, what did I say, mortgage? Yeah, it's on my brain.
Andrew Daniels, Oak Insurance. I know I've said this before, but I've had another couple of people get sent to me who are buying what they think are townhouses. And they're really classified as condos insurance wise, so, you know, they had a policy that was written for them that was probably 2 or 3 times the cost of what it should be, because the condo policy is a lot cheaper. So we were able to write a new policy for them that gave them the coverage that they need for 1/3 of the price. So if you're selling a townhouse, make sure you check and see if it's classified as a condo.
So I'm gonna talk with you for a minute. I just got a letter in the mail from you, from your company. And I think it's important all of us know this. It's very interesting when we hear this, we'll talk offline, but so I guess y'all are sending people out to reassess what the insurance is on the house. I've lived there 5 years. I have someone come in and kind of do a walk through my house. Do I have enough insurance to cover the cost?
So when you get an insurance policy written, they do a replacement cost estimator on the house, just through the publicly available data, and then they send somebody out there typically, or have the client take pictures of the house. So after you've had insurance for 5 or so years, that's pretty typical. They'll kind of reassess and make sure that, you know, if you've done any improvements to the house, that they're kind of included in the policies you have, stuff like that.
Right, okay, yeah, so, it's a joke, to make sure I just said this right now, because there's 2 commas, but there's 2 letters after the commas. So my, went from 900,000 to 11 million, so my house is for sale, anybody want it? 11 million, but my point is, I love that y'all did that, and it's made me aware of replacement costs. And I never thought about that. So if you do have a catastrophic issue, you have trees everywhere, right? It's replacement cost. Okay, awesome. Thank you. That's why you're so important. You're an important person in this room. All right. Yes, sir. Come on down. I just called you. Come on down.
I like to mention about Oak Insurance, they have some really good insurance travelers, excellent company to work with. And I run into so many times when someone has a bad insurance company. It's so hard to deal with. It's real important that you tell your clients, just give it the yes. I said, we'll do insurance. Right, in a way, when they get their house.
Agree. Okay, totally agree.
Our lenders. You know, if you're just using it on lender, you don't know that these people are smart. I mean, you have a buyer that's sort of, you know, they don't figure out the way. So I have one that I'm working with right now that has bad credit. But they figured out a way to get him financed. So hopefully we're gonna close soon. So I just want you to know, these people, even though they're here and you think, well, I will just choose all people. These people offer you something that you don't have in a lot of places. So be sure you do identify.
Yeah, I put a guarantee on that. I'll say that out loud right now. If you do a deal with Shelter Mortgage and you don't like it, I'll refund your money. Cause it ain't gonna happen, by the way. And they go the extra mile and they make sure it gets done. I always put that caveat in there. Give them an opportunity. I say that there's no wins for me. I just know they're good.
Yeah, they are good. So, and also, I mean, he's just amazing. I mean, had such a short period of time to get it done, because I was waiting to put this house on the market. He put it on Wednesday, I had the open house on Saturday. So,
He's all right.
he's all right. That way, you cheap for the seller. We had the seller, when I told him I want to use our roof, and he said, well, okay, I'll get on the breaker. Own roofer, so he called me back and said, we're gonna use your roof is cheaper. So,
Yeah, I don't like those words cheaper. I think you just get more value.
well, he didn't know that. I'm telling you what he said. I didn't know
Yeah,
where
well,
to-
I'll kind of change it.
Which is part of what I'm talking about today, is don't put the word in your seller's mouth, and don't answer every question you hear about your house unless your seller's giving you permission to say it, okay? So like, if you have I have this, you know, like they call you and they say, we're being, how many offers do you have? What does your offer say? Do you have one that's this and that? I could say, well, my seller hasn't given me permission to give you all this information. Because if you have one offer and they think you've got 5, good for you, right? So don't tell them everything you know, because that's what happened to me. I had this listing and people think I've got a ton of offers. I've got one offer and it's too low. So I had people call me yesterday, we want to make an offer on this house, but they get cold feet and they leave. I never told them I have another, what I got. But they think, wow, she's got so many offers, and then so many, I'm telling them, in fact, I'm not sure I know everybody that went through there, but there were so many people, I couldn't keep up with it. So, and then yesterday, I didn't have it on Sunday, I didn't have it on Monday, but I knew it was gonna rain. It did not matter, I had showings every half hour, all day. So,
And did you collect your data?
everything was an agent. But I have the data. So, and what I did was, I said, I'll give you a $50 gift card and just fill out my information. They're interested in gift cards for, but you can look like a gas.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, so that's one of the things, and the seller's disclosure statement, obviously, you wanna have one that's up to date. If you see one that looks a little weird, ask your seller, you know, did you really mean this? Cause my seller said the roof is 58 years old. And that's what, that was the seller. I said, how could you possibly be 58 years old? Asked him, when was the house built? He said 1979. Well, the tax record shows 1989. Oh, is that right? Well, we'll have to change it. So, sometimes you have a little, don't depend on everything you read, okay? So, and then if you get a contract, let's just say you have an offer, you come from a buyer, then the seller looks at it, and the seller signs it at 11:59 on the 3rd, I should say. So the next day, you send a notice to the other agent that the seller signed. So when is binding agreement? The next day, when you notify the other person that you have an accepted agreement. So don't get in a fight over that, because sometimes it becomes an issue with inspections. So that's all I have, Mike. So sorry, I have to run out.
Thank you, Ruth, you're good, thank you. God, one thing, something I need to address today, very, very important. Let's make sure that there, yeah, I say this a lot, there are scammers out there that are working every day. Y'all know that, right? They're working right now, they're listening to what everything I do, they're studying my social media. If you get a text from me or Mickey, because it's already gone out, and there are some agents who paid this person.
I got one.
But I didn't pay.
I didn't answer.
Later.
Here's what I'll say to you, just hang tight on that. That is a scam, I did not send that, we got it out to you as soon as possible, an email and a text message that was real. I can tell you this, and make sure, because there's 100 of you listening, I will never, ever send you anything asking for money unless I personally call you. No one. So what happened was, some agents got in dialogue, I've got all the texts, dialogue with this person, they sent them on and they call. It's a 205 number, my number is 404-569-7646. If it does not come from that number, do not respond. When you're heavy on social media, when you've got a big platform, they are after what I'm doing and Mickey, and that happened. So please. Yeah, sometimes you get Andy, but this one was about money, and people sent it. So now we have more involvement. Yes, ma'am.
Can I just add on to that? There's similar scammers like for wiring instructions for
Yeah.
buyers and closing. So if you ever get an email that looks like it's from your closing attorney that says, hey, we've changed our wiring instructions, do not rely on those. Because I know we're never going to change our bank account without giving tons and tons and tons of notice that we're doing that. And I'm sure that's true for all, larger law firms. So be really careful with that. Big
Yeah.
red flag.
If it does not come from my number, 404-569-7646, do not respond to it. And if you do get something, and I do love that I know the Bash Offer Money will give it to me, because I have a bunch of money. But make sure, please reach out to me. And do not send it until you hear from me.
You know, I heard on the news this morning that there was somebody who cloned a phone number and called this girl's mother and said that they had held the girl hostage. And they were sending her money and they cloned a phone number and somebody else called that girl's number and the girl's like, no, that's not, I'm right here, I'm fine. So even if somebody calls you from a number, if you get it, if it's us asking y'all for money, no, talk to us or ask us ahead of
I
time.
never asked y'all for that, so don't, sorry, go ahead, we got, add that in.
We actually had, tried to ask that information out as quick as possible.
Yeah.
The PC group and everything like that, and I thought I held back that person a little bit from messing with some people, because I started playing with that person. Said, sure, I'll go to the store, sure, I'll get you this, sure, I'll get you that. And of course, you know, when they were pranked by me, then they go, oh, you're stupid. I'm like, well, you know, you gotta.
But it lost 500 people and they ruined some of them.
Good research, so be careful. So, yeah. How long have I been here? Year, a little over a year, right? Now, I think, like most of us, gotta have pretty good trades and some faults, like everybody else, right? But what I think to be a good trait, my wife would disagree, for instance, and that's being a problem solver. You give me an issue and I'm gonna give you an answer. If I don't know the answer, I'm gonna find somebody that does, right? So, you know, sorry. But anyways, I get calls all the time. And when I get calls, and then I have meetings with different people, so people that are joining PC, and some people that are not even in PC. And it bugs me a little bit when they say, well, I can't do any business here because I'm not from here. My database is all out of this city, that state. And it's happening enough that I go, wait a second, you know, let me do some digging and let me check some facts and see what I can, you know, how I can help, right? So let me show you what I got. Oh, I'm gonna do your way. No, you're fine.
Give me a second, so.
The parameter migration relocation trends, and this is very recent stats. This is from December 2022 through February 2023. So this is fresh. You can take this to the bank, okay? 2% of all searches performed by home buyers nationwide, which is a big number. Don't be fooled by the number 2. It's a big number, okay? Search to move into Atlanta, okay? New York home buyers search to move into Atlanta more than any other metro, followed by Los Angeles and Washington, okay? And guess what? People also leave Atlanta, not as much, right? But they do. And where do they go? They don't go to New York, they don't go to, right?
I can tell you why, but we'll keep that to another day.
Chattanooga was the most popular destination, believe it or not. There you go. Home buyers followed by Tampa and Macon, so within the state as well. Now, let me show you.
I have to comment, if you're from Macon, I do apologize for this. I have no idea why you didn't say
Very recent.
Yeah, very recent. That's very good data.
And now you see the map. These are the main areas where people are moving into Atlanta from. Okay, so quite a bit from the West Coast, some from the Northeast, and the Chicago area and the Illinois area up there, as you can see. Okay, now, right?
Yeah, I got it. You know, it's on my mind. Who's going to Chicago in the next year? Thank you, Tony. So Tony, do you have plans to write that whole trip off? You have plans to go to that KW office and to go to their sales meeting? Is that part of your agenda? Okay, if it's not, I'm gonna tell you this, make it part of your agenda. Write off the trip and send the team leader intention, because that's what your CPA is gonna ask for, right? You're intending to go there, whether you do or not. And so you get the tax write-off, but going because we know through data, they're moving here. You want to be the agent of choice. I will tell that if you're in California. I studied this roadmap. Sorry, this is great information.
And I think, and it comes from hearing people tell me, I'm doing business here, because my database is from this other country, right? And so that's, the answer lies right there. Now, let's do the opposite, moving from Atlanta, and then you see what I was showing you. they're not going to the west coast, they're not going to the northeast massively, right? They're moving or staying in the area around the state.
Yeah, because they don't pay taxes, when they go to Florida, and it's warm.
So now, I want you to take your phones out, I'm gonna take a picture of the next two screens. And it'll be quick and. These are the top 10 inbound metros people are coming to Atlanta from. So if you wanna do Facebook, social media advertising through command. There's nothing wrong with sending some information to those areas. Hello, right?
Everybody good on that one?
Yeah, and you can send it out as well.
And then this is, and this is not, right, this is what people, and the next one is the outreach. Now, you could use this information to market to people that are thinking about retiring, that are thinking about selling their homes, they're downsizing. You could market that information to them, and even though you may not be licensed in that, say, we're talking about dual license states and things like that. This is something that you can actually refer out to. Somebody called me and said, wait a second, I saw your information about Chattanooga, and I like that. You know, we're thinking about selling our home. Well, have a contact, would you do something in Chattanooga, if we send that your way? There you go, right? So that to me is my good or bad trait, depending on how you look at it. I like to solve problems. So next time you hear anyone say, well, I can't do business because all of my database is from New York, Chicago, from LA, and so on and so forth, that's where you can actually thrive and make business happen.
Right? Great information. Is that it for today? That's it. Dude, that's good stuff right there. Thank you. All right, let's go. What I get passionate about, right? I love giving awards. So let's go ahead and do the achievement of $1 million for the month. And that is volume. Make sure you understand that, because the public doesn't understand that. So here we go. The Nancy Minor team, 1.5 billion. Trinity Commercial Real Estate, yeah, y'all can clap, 1.3. Arrow team, 1.1. HABN Group, Haven Group.
I know she's here.
There, oh, is that y'all? Gosh, I knew that, right? $1 million in volume, congratulations. Total, 1.7 million. Get the number, right? Congratulations, 1.7 lives in Alabama, 1.7 million. James Clarkwell, 1.7. Gary Ehrlich, 1.6. KSA team, 2.9. I see y'all back there. The Peters team, 3.1. Family Homes Georgia, 2.5. I don't see Cameron, I see David, you'll stand. Here's the funny part, we'll redo this, they couldn't even, it's so big, they couldn't even add your name to the whole thing. 7.4 million. Biggest month, been in business with me for 16 plus years. That's his biggest month ever. And he celebrated, he went straight to Disney World. That's a true story.
Right.
Yeah, right? So congratulations, man. You got me fired up because I did the money. I did the math on that bad boy. And you paid a $45,000 referral to the agent who referred the business, who's in this office as well. So everybody won. Congratulations. Thank you. Proud of you. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? The opportunity is endless. It's crazy. There you go. All right, here we go. Moving forward to the agents of the month. Let's go through cappers. I like cappers. Cappers for the month. James Carswell, Jim Falk. If I mess your name up, I do apologize. Bob Martell.
Bob's here.
Bob is here.
Bob's here, right there. Oh.
There he is. I figured you were bike week, man. What's going on with you? James Carswell, you in the house? He's been here almost every week. Jim Falk's in the house. Matt Mead is here. Congrats, man. I don't see her. Connie, I don't see her either. Teresa Sinclair, I don't see her. Congratulations on capping last month. 100%. 100% for the rest of the year, or their anniversary. Boom. All right, let's go to individuals. Do I have a slide for that now? Okay, well, let's just go on. All right, these are the month closed units. James Carswell. These are the month closed volume. Mona. Page of the month listings, Carlos. Page of the month listing units. I guess there must have been a tie. Yep, there's a tie. Gretchen Osborne. Listing volume, Gretchen Osborne. Written units, James Carswell. The theme, written volume, Gretchen Osborne. And GCI for the month, I don't have the total amount, goes to James Carswell. By the way, he lives in Lithonia. Y'all wanna know where he lives? He drives here. He's been doing this for 10 years with me. All right, here we go to the team awards. I'll give these to you after the meeting. I'll just call you out right now. KSA team, closed units. Team of listing units, KSA team. There's a running theme here. Listing volume, KSA team. Written units, KSA team. Written volume for February, McEachern Real Estate. Closed volume, McEachern Real Estate. You didn't beat him in this one, I can just tell you that now. In GCI, McEachern Real Estate Group. We can only do the math, 3%, baby. Where's my buddy at? There you are. He's got a pie shirt on today. He's like, my dude, I didn't take that kind of math. I only know 3%.
And they gave referrals.
Huh?
They gave referrals on a lot of this.
Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, he paid out almost 100,000 this year in referrals.
No, the past 12 months.
That's unbelievable.
But and as Ruth pointed out to me, I should note that the referral agent on the larger deal was Cheryl Lamar in his office.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, groups. Group them up, closed units. The Peters team. Closed units. Family Homes, Georgia. Closed volume, Peters team. Listing units, Family Homes, Georgia. Sidewalk in here. Listing units for the month, the People's Agent. Boom. Listing volume, Families Home, Georgia. Written units, the Peters team. Written volume, Peters team. TCI for the month, the Peters team. You should be inspired because that's incredible, incredible numbers. Congratulations, everybody, on a great month. All right, I'm gonna bring up Marla and Carrie because I have kicked them off stage like 3 weeks in a row. Marla and Carrie, come on up. You don't mind. I'm just in a school. No, no.
I don't need one. I just want you.
So I brought them up because I keep talking about the 201 club, and it's what I talk about every single week. But if you do, if you do the 201 club and you don't implement a 36 touch program and you don't follow up with your clients, I think you just add people to your database, and that's pretty cool, but it's not gonna work. So I wanted them to kind of talk about what works in a 36 touch and why you do it. The systems behind it. So one of y'all. So here you go. So go ahead. Go ahead.
It's 36 touches, you have to contact or touch your database 36 times in a year minimum to get business. If you've gone to, we have lots of 36 touch classes throughout the year, but I think to highlight what it is and what to focus on this year is that you should have at least a minimum of 4 calls to your database, to each person each year. Mine consists of 4 calls, 2 events, 4 promotions, 12 emails, 6 mailers, 4 pop-bys, 3 live events, and a golden letter. So I think that one thing I took away from family reunion this year is that we have to do more. And I think by more, it doesn't mean we need to do more events or more mailers, but more contact with our database. So face-to-face time, more text messages, more handwritten notes, and more calls. I think the three things that are available to us are the ones that are most important to touch the database.
Yeah, I was touching on that, because that was great. And why do y'all think that Steven's here? Why do y'all think Shelter's here? Why do y'all think, these vendors are here? They're here because y'all are their database, and the opportunity, they pay big money to stand up here and say, hey, we're the best, use us. Well, y'all, the question I ask you is, where are you standing up? What's your audience? Events, right? Phone calls, your audience you gotta get to. The 201, I'm like,
And to piggyback off that, consistency is key. Like,
absolutely.
I've been here for many years, but I didn't call Todd with Ruth Butler until last month when I needed some help. So consistency is key. Now I will always be his fan if he was Todd. Same thing with inspection with Steven. I had Steven do an inspection. I had the same inspector for years and years, but consistency is key. Eventually you're gonna get the business, and then it's going to be loyal business. You continue to stay in this.
Yeah.
So my perspective is a little bit different because she's very much organized and I'm not. So things that I am doing, I have been in the business for over 15 years. A big thing that I am doing right now, while I am part of the 201 Club, I have a lot more than 201 people in my database. I first quarter am scrubbing my database, which means that I am going through and the people that need to be out of my database are gently being removed from my database. The people that are remaining in my database, I have them set up on the 36 touch in command now. That's a no-brainer, guys. It was done for you to communicate with your database. However, it's a lot more than just sending those emails out that command does for you, right? So in bold, you learn about the DTD2. So prior to command and having this 36 touch implemented, thanks to Sam, I had my database set up on the DTD2, which basically, if you go in, it shows you your task. It's simple, it's easy, it's consistency. It tells you who you need to call that day. Command on this 36 touch tells you after you've sent the email out, hey, here, I mean, it is done for you. Here's the text message to send to your entire database. What I recently learned is like there is a connection now through command where you can sign up. And I think David is doing this because I get your text messages now, where command will send the text message out for you. You don't even have to do it. Like,
Are you talking about the hospital thing I sent out?
Yeah.
That's not even command.
It's not, right? Because I asked the question, can you text from your phone number on command? And you actually can't, you have to do it through that.
No, but I will say that it's something that I learned going to bold,
what's that?
that text message that.
Right. So I thought that there was something through KW Marketplace where
No.
You can text it, not from your phone number.
Oh, got you.
And what I'm doing is an app that is from my phone number.
Got
Because
you.
when I
Yeah,
started
yeah,
getting David, I was like, no, I do that.
I know. Yes, it's fully young.
That's.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't come from your phone number. So never mind that you need to text from your phone, just call and check your database, please.
Great.
Morning was like, there's a lot of chatter about administrating the real estate market.
Oh, sorry.
Perfect. That was in command.
Right, right, yeah.
I thought it was.
It tells you what to say, right? So a couple of things that I do, just so that you know, outside of that 36 type command. So we do 2 client events per year. One is we always do a Gwinnett Stripers baseball game. And that is a thank you to the clients or people who have sent us proposals for the past 12 months. So we always do that in the spring. Tickets are very inexpensive. And we utilize our partners that help as sponsors with that event. And then in the fall, we do a pie delivery. I know several agents in here do a pie delivery type client event in November. In the fall, we do ours a little differently. tried setting up here and having people come by to pick up their pies. What I absolutely love is that we divide and conquer, and we actually take our pies to our clients and knock on the door and surprise them with a pie. And then that's a photo opportunity. So you have several different touches throughout that particular program to reach out to your database. And then for the people that are not home, we leave the pie on the door. We take a picture of, if they have their scarecrow set up on the front porch, we let the scarecrow hold the pie. We take a picture of it, and then we use that for social media purposes as well. And then there are intermittent throughout that, there are several other things that we do, not every single year, but like January, something around the Super Bowl. We usually have a drawing for the Super Bowl, where in the past we've given out like a spread of, a bowl, or one year we had it was set up like a football field, but it was actually a snack tray where you would put food in the football field, so it was around the Super Bowl type thing. Of course, March right now, mailings to your database with a personal note, and they'll include a lottery ticket in there, so.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, so here's an example.
The St. Patrick's Day, and I'm gonna hit the jackpot with you as my client, and then I asked for a referral, and I said, wishing you a happy St. Patrick's Day, filled with luck, health, and happiness. And so we allotted it in that one.
Do you put a lottery ticket in there?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. I like
And
that.
then I have another one, because I marked it separately in my neighborhood now in my database.
Ah,
Another one for
Just a postcard.
your postcard.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky to be your neighbor. I'm also even luckier if I was a real.
And then we also, in 18 this year, we're gonna do a drawing, to give away, tickets for Lake Lanier Islands, because obviously we live on the lake and we try to do something similar to, Lake Lanier properties, but, that is something that will go out, not only to our database, but our surrounding lake neighbors, for anybody that might be thinking about selling. Another thing that we do is anyone that sends us a referral, we have obviously purple is more an associates thing. So we have a purple bag. This one's slightly faded because it's been rotting around in my car for a while. However, when someone sends us a referral, we used to just send a thank you note and a $5 Dunkin' Donuts card and a handwritten letter to our database. We now do our best when someone sends a referral. We have this purple bag. We go to their place of business where they work. We show up with this purple bag that has a balloon attached to it, and it usually has tissue paper, to hand deliver our thank you for sending us a referral to their place of business. It's intentional, guys. If you show up with a purple bag and a balloon, other people in the office are going to be like, oh, what is that? What did you get? Who was that person? It opens up the opportunity to have a conversation. Oh, that's my real estate agent. I just sent so-and-so with them. And inside the bag is a coffee mug. Mulder and Associates.
So alike.
Hopefully they leave this at their office, so anybody that walks by while they're drinking coffee, they have another opportunity to talk about you. So that was a little thing that we changed a couple of years ago. Like I said, the handwritten note and Dunkin' Donuts card is perfect because they know that you appreciate sending the business. This is huge because it creates other opportunities for you. What else?
I have a similar one, and I'm gonna think of the last one.
should we do a full class on this? I think that'd be a good class. Okay, you have to say yes, and then we will, okay.
Yeah. The only other thing, yes, the only other thing that I would say is, in the midst of scrubbing my database this first quarter to get it better organized and know who is there and who is not. If you can find 10, 15, 20 cheerleaders, these are the people, like when you give them this coffee mug, they post it on Facebook for you. If you can find just a few cheerleaders, love on them more than just this 26 touch or your client appreciation events, because if they're taking your mug and posting it on their Facebook page, if you have 10 of those, you really don't have to do anything else in this business because they're going to send you the business and do the work for you to find people.
Yeah.
How much was the lottery ticket? I do $1 lottery ticket per. So how many did you send them? 200?
All right. Carrie, do you have a question?
No, the one to her. She-
Okay.
You probably said that one, I just,
No, yeah.
I'm 200 is what I sent out.
Any other questions?
And again, that doesn't matter. If you send it out to 25 people, that's 25 more people that you've created an opportunity to have a conversation with. So it doesn't have to be 200, it doesn't have to be 500. It doesn't even have to be 25, it can be 10, because those 10 people know that you love and appreciate them. And if 2 of them send you a referral, then you've already won.
Just what almost $30 million looks like in volume. These two right here, Carrie and Marla, AOC. Thank y'all very much. All right, David, where you at? Promove. Henri Bailey's been talking about you. Do you know Henri Bailey?
Yes.
He has spoke highly of you, and so I want to give you an opportunity to tell us what you do.
Yes.
You need this.
Thank you, appreciate it. Anybody here know what Promove is? Anybody ever use Promove? Good.
Balance, you can't hear it.
Oh, you loaded question, buddy.
Great.
We have difficult clients. So Promove has been in business in Atlanta for 33 years. We are Atlanta's largest apartment locator service. We work with over 700 apartment communities in Atlanta. We place thousands of people a year. At one point in time, not now, we were responsible for 1 out of every 10 apartment leases in the city of Atlanta. Wow. For 33 years, we have enjoyed wonderful relationships with agents and brokers. And that relationship has simply been a referral relationship where we would pay, so Promove makes 50% of the 1 month's rent. That's what we make, results only, commission only. When an agent would refer somebody to Promove, we would help that person, their client, whoever it was, find an apartment. We would compensate the real estate agent 12.5% of 1 month's rent. That went on for 30 years. Why would anybody do that? We have proven for 30 years that for every 10 people that you help place in an apartment home, 3 of them will retain you and purchase their home when their lease comes. So we're paying you on the front end, but also helping you build a pipeline. So I've heard that we've launched, this is our Fort Keller Williams office, we've launched, I hear it all the time. You guys have leads all over the place. They're just falling on the floor. So what we've done is we've taken our database and we've made it free for any real estate agent in the state of Georgia to use. It's free of charge. You can go on right now, enter in your real estate license number, and then you have the ability to search all 750 plus apartment communities in Atlanta, and we've doubled the commission. So it's now 25% of 1 month's rent. Why is that important? Well, it's around $750. You do not need to go to the apartment community to use this. We have been doing this for 30 years. You don't have to go. Building this pipeline, especially in today's environment, is extremely important. So we've already launched Chattahoochee off of Mansell, Chattahoochee off of Windward Parkway in town. I can tell you stories all day long. There's a gentleman that has 5 FMLS rental listings. Guess how many inquiries he's getting per listing? 50 people. So 5 listings, 250 inquiries, only 5 people are going to be happy. What are you doing with the other 245? Nothing. Those people want to rent now. And you can just simply reach out to them and say, hi, I have the ability to search over 750 apartment communities in Atlanta. I'm not going to do the demo today. We don't have the time, but I'm scheduling a training for tomorrow and a training for Thursday. And then we have open trainings on Friday. Right now, we have 680 real estate agents in the state that are rushing it. So everyone's like, well, where are these leads coming from? You would never pay attention to these leads before this came along. Why would you want to make a couple $100 and have to go to the property with the person and make sure they put your name down? You don't have to do any of that. It takes 60 seconds to do a search. It takes less than 4 minutes of work to get that person into the apartment home and apply. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So what does that mean? Well, that one agent, in fact, there's Richard Beeman from Keller Williams Peachtree, former Promove employee. He was the best apartment locator we had. When we made this available to him, he didn't have to think twice. He just went to his office and he goes, don't you have an MLS listing? Don't you have an FMLS listing, rental listing? Yes, there were 29 active listings. He was over 1,800 some odd leads, and he just simply emailed them. He has another person that just called them. It ended up getting him around 400 searches. He's gonna make $10,000 a month, every month, for the rest of his life. But guess what he really has? He's got 60 people that he'll place in apartment homes, 25 to 30% of which he will sell a home to. So he's gonna make $80,000, $90,000 on the front end, and he's probably gonna sell 8 to 12 houses of that. Wow, so we've made this available free of charge. I'm gonna sit in the corner when this is over and I can give you some more information. Mickey, we're going to send out these webinar invites. One's for tomorrow at 11 o'clock. One's Thursday at 11 o'clock. And Friday, we have open training for, it's fun actually, because the Friday, we have agents that have been doing it for 6 months. Agents have been doing it for a year. And they come in and they want to talk about best practices. This is all I do for Promove. So I run business development for agents and brokers. We've already have 15 people in this office signed up using the tool right now. Yeah, and it's free, it costs nothing. Any questions?
So do you have employees that will show the tenants' properties?
Nobody has.
They go themselves. Yeah, they just help them find.
And your name's already attached to it. There you go.
Yeah, also, so if you were to do a search as an agent, there's a little button that says register my client. You just click it and it automatically sends an email to the property manager saying your name. Promove's not in this for a brand building exercise at all. In fact, we give every agent their unique link. You can put it on your email, you can put it on anywhere, and anybody who clicks that link to start apartment search, you make 25%.
Marla.
It's only or is it?
100% works. 100% works.
Could you say the name of your company again?
Promove.
Promove.
Promove. You guys remember back in the day, you would drive around and see those buildings that said apartment hunting, stop here, it's free. That's Promove.
If you guys have any questions and he's not here, feel free to ask. I've used them for many, many years, so I know a good bit about them.
Do you have any of these 750 communities? Are they all 12-month minimum, or do you have any that do temporary for our clients who need to sell their house and just somewhere to live for 30 or 60 days?
Yeah.
So you have some, that's huge to know that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In fact, the one thing that people don't realize is in the state of Georgia, you can cancel your lease within 60 days and the penalty is only 1 month. So you could literally move in, send them your cancellation notice, and your only penalty is 1 month's rent.
Regardless of what your lease says?
Regardless of what your lease says. Because when you go on a short term, anything less than 12 months, you usually paying about 20 to 25% more in rent. That's what they do to the rental prices. They have about 20%, 25%.
Oh, wow. That's it. The cancellations, always too short.
Any lease,
Any
a year lease, any lease.
Any lease.
Wow.
That's good information, no, man. You're gonna be here when?
Well, I'm gonna sit back there for a little bit, and then Mickey and I are gonna send out a training for tomorrow at 11 o'clock. It's gonna be Zoom. We'll do another one on Thursday, 11 o'clock. So like I said, this is my fourth Keller Williams office launch. And what normally happens is I get some people's attention. We want to promote it a little bit more. We do the training, and then we have support for your agents all day long, dedicated support. At any point in time, you can call 1-800 number. It's someone will walk you through it. It's that simple.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all.
Appreciate the time.
All right, thank you. All right. I have one more thing to your agenda real quick from me. Remind, who's using Remind? Anybody know what Remind is? Okay, good. I got a gift for everybody who's not on Remind today. Remind is what? Somebody want to say what Remind is?
Marketing too.
Okay, first of all, I'm using the wrong analogy, so I'm gonna skip what I'm about to say. That's correct what I want to use.
Are you saying remind with the D or remind with the D?
Which one is it where you can call and check on somebody if they've been an illegal? Remind.
That's not that.
Excuse me, John. See, I'm forewarning you that I don't know what I'm talking about. So forewarn is an opportunity, you pull the number up, you have a client, you show up on Sunday, you don't know who the client is, you have their number, you go in, you can see if they're felons, and they've got 5 things on them, right? I already gave y'all my number, so you can pull up if you're, who has 4-1 on their, who has 4-1? Okay, great, it's an opportunity for all of us. So we've done it from GLG, we did a group, we have 36 spots, it is $6, okay, a month. So you will be paying that on your own, but it's $6 a month. It used to be 18. We just negotiated that. So there's 36 spots. It's a safety tool. I would tell everyone, that's why I think it's great. You can check on, like when we're launching offices, we pull everybody up and we know everything about them. Yeah, how do you, I know everything about you. So, if you have any questions about forewarn, I apologize, I went down. Thank y'all for telling me, because I knew I didn't know. Forewarn, please come see me. We have 36 spots at $6 a month. Am I good? All right, awesome. All right, let's go. Art, take us away. Nikki, is that okay? You're doing it.
Just go over a couple classes real quick.
Let's go. We have a huge one on Friday. Yeah, everybody's gonna bring their, I mean, we have $100 million panel.
Yeah.
And David did an awesome job. David, thank you for your email. I don't know if everybody saw the email about the opportunity. We have a $100 million panel this coming Friday.
Sponsored by 210 Homework.
Yes, not shelter, I apologize.
That's okay.
So,
We take
they're doing lunch.
We take credit wherever, but I do feel bad for Gail.
Okay, so today we've got ALC meeting tonight as a case for info session. So if you know anybody looking to get into real estate and they need to take their classes, hook up with me and I will get them that link for the Zoom session.
Let me add to that. I'm interrupting. If your spouse is not in real estate, I'm gonna ask you why. You say when they work at IBM, why? It is a free class that we offer you 6 months and you can profit share. So instead of cap being 18, it'll probably move to about 16, 15. Because you're gonna run your company through them. Then they're gonna see the power of it, they're gonna get involved. And they're gonna go, whoa, hang on real quick. And then they're gonna really think, oh, I love this entrepreneurship. So I'm gonna challenge all of you. We start to see more and more people jump in that. Husband and wives in Keller Williams are seen as one. Thank y'all. Okay, next.
Tomorrow at 11, Dallas is teaching a class. You want to say something about it real quick?
Yeah, just a 2-minute thing, if I may. Sorry I look so rough. I didn't sleep well last night. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about lucid dreaming, but it's something that I discovered about 10 years ago, and I've been obsessed, and I learned how to control it, and didn't know what it was back then, but I did.
Is that what you're teaching tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll just wait. So anyways, the reason why I woke up at 2:30 last night was because I created this hide and seek situation, and I was just having a ball, really enjoying it, or manhunt if you want to call it. And I got so excited that I woke up from an anxiety attack of being like nearly caught. And the one thing I love about lucid dreaming is you can create this world and just do anything with it. Even though it's not supposed to be that great for you, but
And your class is
I'm sorry, I was speaking. So anyways, the whole point of this is that, the class is about all the outlets that you can use in real estate. So we're gonna give you the world, but not only are we gonna give you the world we're gonna show you what you can do with it, to create your own world, whatever outlet that you choose to do to make it your niche. I want you to make it your own, and I'm going to show you all the things that you can do to really hopefully master that. And that's not based on just my experience, it's based on all the agents that I learned from, that I network with at these conventions and learn their trade secrets, much bigger, producers than myself. So that's what it's all about. I got to think of this little spiel as I was having my little lucid dream anxiety attack, and I thought it'd be great to introduce the class for you guys.
We got a question.
Yeah. Yeah, wake up, thank you.
On Thursday, it is bowl graduation. We also have a license law class with O'Kelly and Sordian. That is your 3 CE class that is a requirement every 4 years. You need to have this class. And then agent happy hour that Renee spoke about over at Stoss. On Friday is our mega agent manual best practices. Mulder, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I got a commitment to bring in my top agents, top 20% every week. And starting this week with David, Elizabeth, Angelica, and Kim Adair. So we're gonna have, the bilingual, a couple bilingual, and then, David and Kim as well. These four, sell about 100 million in volume, and, they're gonna be here, best practices. What are they doing? You just heard David got 7.4 million in volume last month. Some of us would love to have that in 2 years or a year, right? So that's just cool. So we're gonna do that to bring, top-notch talent. Hey, do this, bring somebody with you. Right? So your church, bring somebody with you, right? So bring somebody with you to that class.
Perfect. Also on Friday, ALC Teaches with John Claude. He is going to talk to you about how, oh, you want to say something real quick?
Oh, well, yeah. So Friday, I'll be doing my communicating through command class. So bring your laptops. I'll show you how I do all of my prospecting, smart plans that I've made customly, and just different ways to use command to maximize your lead generation.
Workshop, I love that. Bring your computer. That's
Bring your
awesome.
computer. That's the most important part.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I have a question. Dallas, this mega agent and JC's class, are all of those available on Zoom as well?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Mine is not. I did that on purpose solely because this guy who kept interrupting me talks about engaging. And the idea is that I want you to come into the class. I do want you to, it is an overwhelming amount of information. There's just too many outlets. So the idea is I want you to feel more engaged so that you can take that and kind of retain a lot of it. So that's the goal with that. So I apologize for it not being on Zoom.
No apologies. And you're providing lunch, correct?
Yes, shelter is. Thank you.
So they need to know who's gonna show up so that they have enough food for you tomorrow.
Coming up to keep your ears open tonight, there is a networking event down here the road at Kettle Rock Brewery. It's not anything specific for our office, but it is Atlanta Business Communications. And it's an opportunity to go meet other agents and people involved in real estate. That is right down the road tonight. Renee talked about the Month Madness. Entries must be in by Friday. Send them to Renee. Make sure it's your favorite pet. Or 2 pets, dogs. Talk about the 15th, talk about happy hour. McMichael and Bray has a 3 CE class next week. It's part 2 of what they did. You don't have to have seen part 1. It's about new homes. Reese has a class coming up next week on listings. I'm gonna flop right through these. The Lane Park Center has a volunteer opportunity. You want to say anything about that real quick?
Sure. Lane Park Center, for those of you who are new, is an early intervention center in Chamblee. We always go Red Day. There, they have some licensing requirements that are coming up before Red Day. So they asked us to come back out there. Is really luxurious work moving mulch. And doing such. We need about 10 to 12 people to come out there. It is a great center. It's a place that everyone's been very kind to help over the years. So if you have more questions about it, just shoot me an email and do. It's gonna be around 11 o'clock on the 23rd. I know where I'm gonna be.
Class at 10 o'clock on listings and then go to Lane Park Center.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to jump right through these, I'm sorry. The revisioning, I feel like there's something else that I wanted to get to. We'll get to those next week. 201 Club, make sure on Thursday, the 23rd, there's also another class on 201 Club. YouTube, all of our stuff is on YouTube now, team meetings, classes, all that stuff, you can find it there. And that's it, I'm good.
All right, thank you for what? Thank you, Dan.
Good morning, Chat North, and happy Gratitude Tuesday. It's another wonderful day to be alive, isn't it? So a big shout out and congratulations to all the award winners and cappers. You guys rock and are a true inspiration. Another round of applause for everyone. Awesome. So just a word in closing is always remember that you are beautiful. You are worthy. You are important. You are strong and you are irreplaceable. Let's continue to think big, aim high, act bold. Peace and love. Chat North.